was a lot of movement day one, couple trades. Jacksonville traded up to pick 2 to get Travis Hunter, which I think was a great move for them. Travis Hunter with Brian Thomas Jr., and he could also help in the secondary with Tyson Campbell, that versatile weapon. They gave up a premium, giving the Browns a first round pick the following season, and there's no guarantee the Jaguars are going to be really good this year, so that pick could be high, could be in the top 10 once again. And it's a young GM who's making moves and he's making his presence felt in his first draft. So Travis Hunter, though, to the Jags, I think that's a fantastic weapon. You look at Liam Cohen, what he does a lot, what he did a lot in Tampa Bay is a lot of screens. Travis Hunter, that's something he did a lot at college. So whether you have him playing corner majority of the time, you put him at receiver, give him a couple screens, and he could take it to the house for 6. And I didn't get them taking Genty at 5. That was a lot of smoke about that. I got that there was an urgency for them to trade up, but they got their guy nonetheless. Cleveland, they traded down to pick 5 in the trade with Jacksonville, and they got Mason Graham, which I think he fits a lot better in the 3-tech position, that disruptor. They need a 3-tech, and Mason Graham, dominant run stopper, so him and Myles Garrett will be dangerous together. So I think, them not getting Hunter, I understand it because the haul they got was fantastic. They got a 2nd round pick from Jacksonville too, a 1st round pick the following year in a 2026 draft class that's going to be a little more loaded. You give yourself a lot of leeway. And with the Cleveland Browns, now they're in a position, they have the 1st pick of round 2 and they have the 4th pick of round 2. So they have an opportunity to add 2 difference makers to this team to already Mason Graham in their 1st round selection. So I think Shedeur Sanders, if they want Shedeur Sanders, he's there for the taking for them. And if they want to get at 4, they could get a dynamic running back. They have so many opportunities to do some great things in the draft. So I think Cleveland, people are mad about them not getting a generational player like Travis Hunter. Mason Graham is a sure thing prospect. So really like what Andrew Berry cooked up. There's an opportunity for him to get his franchise quarterback in Shedeur. So we'll see if he does that. I think if I'm the Cleveland Browns, I'm taking Shedeur Sanders and I'm taking Trevion Henderson, who's going to be a huge playmaker in this offense. So that's the route I would go if I'm the Cleveland Browns. You look at Mason Graham, Henderson, and Shedeur Sanders, that's 3 guys that are 1st round caliber talent. I also like the Malachi Starks pick by the Baltimore Ravens. Safeties just fall to the Baltimore Ravens. I would have liked Nick Emanwari. Him and Kyle Hamilton would have been dangerous together. Malachi Starks is the best safety in this draft class. You can't go any wrong with that. This is an A+ draft pick for them, and he's drawing comparisons to Jesse Bates. So imagine a Jesse Bates in this Ravens secondary alongside Kyle Hamilton, who is just that Joker kind of player, and he could play that Joker role with Ardarius Washington back now in the mix. Him and Malachi Starks can, cover the safety positions while Kyle Hamilton roams free. So Baltimore secondary is going to be phenomenal next season. And Nate Wiggins, he had a really good rookie season. So really like what Baltimore's cooking. Watch out for that secondary. The Chiefs, always get lucky in the draft. Them drafting Josh Simmons, the best offensive lineman in the draft in this class. I really like that pick. He wore 71 for a reason. Trent Williams. This is a guy that if he didn't get hurt, he would have been he would have gone pick 4 to the Patriots. So they got lucky with this. He's going to be their insurance to protect Patrick Mahomes. I know the Falcons gave a lot. This was a Ryan Pace masterclass. If you're a Bears fan, you get it. He gave up a lot to get James Pierce Jr., but they really like James Pierce Jr. This is one of my favorite edge rushers in this draft class. Just an athletic freak who wins off athleticism. Great pass rusher, and that's what they needed. They needed pass rush help, and they got Jalen Walker, one of the best all-around defenders in this draft class. Their whole defense needed more improvement. Last season, their defense was getting cooked. The Minnesota Viking game where, the DBs were just turning around and running around in circles, they needed to improve the defense. And those 2 guys, I think, do that. And you gave up a premium. You gave a 1st round pick to the Rams. It doesn't look great, but I think Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. will be worth that. They got 2 of the best in this class. I don't agree with the Jackson Dart move. Jackson Dart, I would have liked it more if they would have got Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur Sanders is a better quarterback. Jackson Dart, his situation is situation-based. It seems like Brian Daboll really liked Jackson Dart, though. That was the guy he wanted. He's more similar to Josh Allen than, Shedeur Sanders. He's not really the most mobile, athletic. He has athleticism, but he's not running around, running away from guys like Dart was, at Ole Miss. So I could see Brian Dable going that route and Jackson Dart learning behind Jameis and Russell Wilson, those guys could take the charge, could take control over this season. Dart won't have to play this year. He could just develop and learn behind, those veterans. And I like them getting Abdul Carter. That defense for the Giants is going to be phenomenal. But I'm interested to see how Dart's career pans out in New York. I don't think I would have made that move. I would have did it for Shador Sanders, but the Giants, they have belief. They got their guy.
Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.